My name is Gina Ehikodi Ojo, and I choose to live a calculated, spontaneous life.
I grew up not having much, just like most Nigerian kids, full of ideas, eager to do well in life, and also leave a legacy for those coming after us, whilst also ticking all the boxes on our to-achieve list. I pursued a seemingly prestigious career to make my African parents proud, got a job in a media house, which I absolutely loved, procrastinating on my dreams, mainly because I did not have the guts to bring my ideas to life. And then life happened. My father died. I saw my then 65 years old dad succumb to cancer, and so faded all his dreams and aspirations. Before the illness, he had an amazing and positive energy to life, and he believed even if age may have robbed him of some of his dreams, there were still some of them he was willing to take shots at. But then, he fell sick and took all those aspirations with him to the grave. That was my wake-up call.
Eight years ago, after the death of my dad, I had to do some soul searching. His death opened my eye to how fickle life could be, and the fact that if we don't work towards actualizing our ideas, it definitely will all fade away. When it is light out, everything is supposed to end for the individual. But there are some ideas that take root and live on for generations. So I began to think towards that part. I always loved the media from childhood. In my early teen years, I fought so much to be on TV, and fortunately I landed a role to star in a movie titled Colors of Tomorrow. I surprised my whole family and neighborhood with the feat then, but in this climb, being a doctor, engineer or lawyer was deemed more prestigious. So my parents and grandparents were super proud when I gained admission to study law in the university. However, the heart wants what it wants. After graduating law school, I found myself back in the media space when I started working as an in-house lawyer for a media organization. Apart from carrying out legal duties, channel management and content acquisition became my forte. I had so much fun working to bring company ideas to life while mine lay dormant, awaiting for the right time. The right time seemed to never come because of meager resources, or maybe more of the guts. Probably I didn't have the guts. But 8 years ago, I decided to pursue my dreams, putting aside all my humongous ideas that required so much resources, and run along with this little idea that may not take so much resources and time.
After analyzing which will be easier amongst these three, food is my strongest point. I did not require much to run with that idea, but I will need a production team. Foodies and Spice was born in October 2013, and creating content for it was quite easy at first. I grew up in a small town with my mom, grandmother, and lots of women whose daily lives revolved around food. I had picked up their recipes, perfected most of them while growing up, so it wasn't difficult for me to dole out 13 recipes in 3 months, which makes a TV quarter. I couldn't wait to show my audience recipes like my grandma's okpoka, which is almost like the Mexican tamales, my mom's yam pepper soup, and of course pasta recipes in honor of my dad. Pastas were his favorite food, which was deeply influenced by his sojourn to Italy.
Jollof rice is done.
Who owns a cooking show in Nigeria without showcasing various shades of the Nigerian jollof rice? That was certainly on the menu.
After the first 13 weeks, I began to think of how to sustain 54 recipes in 1 year. Then go ahead to create more recipes that would last over a lifetime. It was then that it dawned on me that I have just embarked on a journey that may take more than I initially planned. I had begun to grow a fan base, TV viewers, Facebook fans, Instagram followers, YouTube subscribers, and there was no way I was going to let this growing fan base down. And yes, my initial plan was to build a legacy. Hello everybody! So today
I decided to activate my spontaneity. Whatever food idea or story that hits me will be executed as long as I have the capacity to. Be it my mother's recipes,
it's a nice food,
my grandmother's recipes,
no relative stew. That's my grandmother's stew.
Recipes from my childhood neighbors, creating new food ideas, food trends, cook show hosts, either local or foreign, food bloggers, and even recipes from my fans and followers. I drew inspiration from all these individuals and places while producing season after season for Foodies and Spice. Now we have over 150 episodes and counting. I always wanted to travel the world, but with Foodies and Spice, I decided not to just travel the world as a mere tourist, but to tell food stories alongside.
I started Foodies and Spice travel series after about a year of being on TV. I started with the wine-rich city of Bordeaux in France, and I titled that series French Fusion. Funding for the travel series was from the first sponsorship I had on the show, so I poured the money into producing the travel series, and since then we have produced travel series in Azerbaijan, China and Dubai, and we are planning more.
By the 4th season, my production partners and I decided not to continue with the partnership, and we parted as friends. No bad blood.
After the split, I decided to intensify the use of social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and WhatsApp to push my content. I assembled a new production team and began to pay TV airtime to broadcast the show. I started out with just 2 channels then. Now Foodies and Spice is on about 11 TV channels in Nigeria. Over the years, we keep improving on our shooting style, and our aim is to get better with every episode, especially when it comes to lighting, editing, and of course the camera angles. We are very careful when throwing light on objects, so the object doesn't burn on screen or look very hazy. The whole ambience of the place needs to be well lighted, and we have to balance the light with objects that will create a better picture. While editing, the editor has to focus more on the food and the process of making the food than focusing on my presenting. Sometimes these editors get carried away with my well made up face, that I have to remind them that the viewers need to see the food more. They need to feel like eating the food from the screen. The angle of the camera and the lens used need to be very strategic. The aim is to make the viewer feel the food. It needs to be bold and feel their screen. If the food shot is too far away, it doesn't evoke the same emotion like when it is really close to the screen, with all that juice, steam, and yumminess right in their face. We are still a work in progress. Yes, we do have our limitations like funding to get the best equipment and handlers. But for now, we utilize what we have the best way we can, and in the near future, I'm very sure we'll be able to do far, far, far better than what we are doing now.
Food is an expression of cultural identity, and it is also an excellent way to preserve culture, honor our ancestry, and pass down to those who are coming after us. I produce a lot of our local recipes. Apart from the normal everyday Nigerian recipes, I go steps further to source traditional ingredients to create recipes that are peculiar to our culture and heritage.
Since I have viewers and online followers from various race, tribes, religion, and culture, I also try to identify with these individuals through food. Assalamu alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters all across the world. I celebrate with them when they are celebrating and make recipes that will take them down memory lane. I get lots of compliments and appreciation when they watch these videos. People are happy when you showcase or identify with their culture. I believe to tell a good story, you must first have a clear message. What message do you intend to pass across. Then you need confidence to tell the story. That whenever you are called upon to defend your story, you can own it in all confidence. It's your story. Your story should be engaging, creative, and fascinating, even if it's a story about food.
When it comes to presenting my recipes, my speech is never scripted. Yes, I do have a recipe planned out for the shoot. I get all ingredients ready. Most times, my assistant shops for the ingredients, and some other times, I would have to go shopping for some specific ingredients.
As soon as we get our ingredients prepped, we begin shoot, no script. So how I feel, my emotions are all visible and evident in the production, no fake feelings. So I take the whole idea of spontaneity into my presenting.
Every day I wake up and see my dreams taking shape. It gives me so much joy. The fact that from almost nothing but just an idea, I have been graced by God to keep Foodies and Spice on TV for 7 years, about 12 seasons and counting. It makes me truly grateful to God. I got married in between and have the loveliest twin sons. I am happy for the ever-growing online followers. I am happy for the lives I inspire with the show and my personality as an influencer. Most times, I'm in awe at how much my team have done, from recipe production to food events, including the Foodaholic Festival, which is a spin-off from the show. Foodaholic Festival is a gathering of food lovers, FMCGs and SMEs in food business to showcase their brands and products to attendees.
Give a round of applause for Gina More for the organization of Foodaholic 2019.
And of course, how my dream of seeing the world is becoming a reality on every travel series gives me so much joy.
We are a work in progress. In 7 years, so much more could have been achieved, but I am not beating up myself, no. One day at a time with an open mind to jump on the next available opportunity in an act of spontaneity could definitely lead to the next big thing. I believe that when there is life and good health, there is absolutely nothing that is insurmountable regardless of the limitations. Yes, there are distribution issues, funding issues, the inability to get better production equipment, hiring more studio personnel, and finding great collaborations or partnerships. Yeah, those are our challenges. However, I believe a lot can happen when opportunity is met with preparedness and a sprinkle of spontaneity.